One day, Keenan, I was smoking weed with Keenan, and Keenan was like, man, you be having me busting the fuck up in this room. He was like, why we don't see this motherfucker? And I was like, because, I'm kind of ghetto. I'm ghetto and shit. The motherfuckers ain't going. He was like, man, this is the motherfucker they need to see. Yeah. So that's the person. So that's when I started catcalling Colin in the middle of the hallway. Like he would be standing there with Lauren and I'd be like, you's a fine-ass white motherfucker. Oh my God, I've never seen a white man so fucking fine. And they would just laugh and laugh. So I would get on the elevator with him and I know, cause he was always with Lauren. So whenever I would get on the elevator with him, I'd just be like, so if I invited you to my house, would you come? And he would be like, Leslie, you can't do that. Like Lauren's, I was like, Lauren wants me to get some too. And Lauren would just start laughing. So it was just like, hey. And then I wrote my first update, and the first thing I said was, you delectable Caucasian.
All right, so let's just take it and flip it. Mm-hmm. And let that have been Keenan.
Let that have been Keenan saying that?
He's the one saying that. And he'd have said, basically my career was sucking, and then I started harassing my coworker. I started sexually harassing my coworker explicitly in front of our boss, and my career just took off from there.
Ah, man.
And the culture in comedy right now is really, really like nailing down on men, sexually harass Louis C.K.'s, doing sexual things and being that way towards women.
Okay.
In a major way.
Okay.
But somehow it's okay for her to sit in an interview on live TV and say that she basically sexually harassed her way to the top.
That's a wild take, bro. I did not expect you to say that.
Where's the lie?
But sexual harassment, bro, is contextual.
It
is, bro.
Okay, explain.
Because the way it's defined is what makes that person uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. If you are talking to somebody...
Is it?
Yes, like literally, legally speaking. Like if you're talking to somebody and they feel comfortable with what you're saying to them, it might not be sexual harassment. Like you could put the veil over it that those comments might not be appropriate in the workplace, but their workplace is completely different from most other workplaces, bro.
That's true.
It's a comedic setting.
Right.
And if the other comics and people who write jokes around her find that to be funny, I can't then come in and be like, y'all need to look at this like it's sexual harassment.
I agree.
I can't rock with that.
But even in her interview, she made the statement. Colin made the comment basically, Leslie, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's inappropriate. Like, to him, to a degree, it was inappropriate.
Okay.
Because he said something.
If we did flip it and make it somebody else, would the same situation rock?
Like that video went viral and nobody commented about the fact that she made that statement.
I totally agree.
I just figured
out. I totally agree.
But
to me, that's just the reality we live in. Like I'm not sitting here fooling myself with a shade like there's equality. That's not what it is.
Thank you.
That's not what it is.
Thank you.
It's not equality.
Y'all let us know in the comments how y'all feel.